Welcome back, guys. Cher here, and it's that time again. And it's that time again to make a short impressions video because I confess that this season did not impress me at all, and all the shows I really liked either ended this season or they are going to end in the next season. So, let's jump right in instead of hearing me ramble for a minute, shall we? Starting off with the drop section, and surprisingly, I do have a drop section, this time for the spring 2019 anime. Sara Zanmai. Just one question. Why? Maybe it's because of my own ignorance of the Japanese culture, but why did they have to make kappas gross? Or is that just how it is? Watching episode 1, it wasn't exactly avoid this worthy because I suppose it was supposed to be funny in a way, but yeah, this was kind of disturbing to watch. If you guys like this kind of thing, that's fine with me, just don't force me to watch. But if there's one positive thing I will say, that ending song is pretty dope. And now let's jump into what I actually finished, and there are a couple shows that I pretty much watched all the way through. Welcome, Chitose-chan. I finally finished this! This came out seasons ago, and for some reason, it stopped at episode 21 out of 24 on YouTube. Then, thankfully, Crunchyroll decided to take the series in, and that was where I got to finish it. Now, what do I think? I think for an adorable kitty short series, it definitely deserves all the praise that it should be getting. Oh, boo-hiss! This series deserves so much more love than that. I will say that this series is so simple that I watched this in Spanish subs or no subtitles at all, and I still understood what was happening. Wanna learn Japanese? This is it! I'm joking, obviously. Don't use this show to learn Japanese. It won't work. Piano Force Season 2. Apparently, it's not really a Season 2, it's just the second half of the show that already started. It definitely feels like that, and I'm glad this show continued. Though it still feels weird to be talking about the second half of the show I already discussed, like a few seasons ago. However, I think this show had the perfect ending to any music anime I've seen so far. I believe I've said in the past that this show was definitely more mature for a music anime, but those are the type of stories I wanted to see. I wanted to see how Cait was going to continue with his piano journey, especially now that he's an adult. This story is not just about everyone playing the piano for fun. There are reasons, there are backstories, there are inspirations and dramas. And I just wish that this series would continue so I could see those characters blossom in other ways as well, despite this competition going on. There are so many characters that took my breath away, and Piano Forest is definitely a hidden gem that if you manage to find it, you just gotta watch. 10 out of 10. Dororo. This show is a remake of the original 1969 anime series of the same title, which was adapted from the 1967 manga series. When this show first premiered last season, people automatically went to the whole, oh, this is gonna be a horrible remake excuse, because, we've been kinda getting those lately. I've never seen the original show, but I can tell you right this minute that this show is absolutely lit. At first, I thought a show about a guy fighting demons to get his body parts back would give me the absolute creeps as The Promised Neverland would, but like The Promised Neverland, Dororo knows how to keep the story intact. I thought I would be used to the whole samurai type stories by now, but this is definitely not a Naruto type story at all. Yes, there are still demons and such, but it has a more gory yet realistic tone. It gives the characters more motivation and reasons to achieve their goals, and no, we don't have or need the power of friendship in order to get things done. Also, we finally have a kid character who is not annoying for a change. Thank you, Dororo, for being so useful for once. But honestly, this segment is not enough to tell you how amazing the show is. I'm going to have to create a full review on how fantastic Dororo is and how it's become one of my favorites, which is why I give this the special golden 10 out of 10. Hitori Bochi no Maru Maru Seikatsu. This series makes me laugh and cry at the same time. Hitori is a shy girl who basically has her so-called best friend drop her by saying if Hitori can't make new friends in her first year of middle school, that Hitori will have no chance of seeing or talking to her ever again. First of all, what real friend actually says that? Secondly, how could you put her through that much torture? But before you know it, Hitori does end up meeting a bunch of interesting characters who want to be her friend after all. This series gets a pretty high score from me because this was basically my high school experience. This little series helps me understand how almost every middle school or high school student feels about moving into a new section of their life. I am Hitori in this case, and I wish I could express that more, but you just need to watch the series in order to understand. With that said, I would give this a 9 out of 10. Kono Oto Tomari. It's been a while since I've watched a good music anime other than Piano Force from this season that was not Love Live. No, it's not a singing music anime, and it's not exactly classical and mature as Piano Forest. But a modern anime about students playing the koto did give me an interesting viewing experience as an American. The koto may be a traditional instrument for Japan's sake, but I love how something so traditional could bring so many interesting characters together. And this is not just a bunch of outcasts either. These are basically an array of different types of characters from different types of cliques. My favorite thing about this show is Chika, the delinquent, because he may act like one, but in reality, he cares greatly about the club that his grandfather originally created and the instruments he built in his later years. Did I forget to mention how beautiful this music is? I wish I could show you, but I couldn't find clips. Anyway, this show gets a 10 out of 10 for me, and I cannot wait for season 2. Soon as season 2 is done, I will consider doing a full review of this show. I really want to! I know this was short yet again, but these were shows that really stood out to me. Next season is gonna get more interesting though, as far as I looked at it. Plus I gotta finish Fruits Basket, Carol and Tuesday, and Demon Slayer. So if you guys like this video, don't forget to hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. And don't forget to check out my other videos if you're interested. I'm Cher, and it's been real. Ciao!